Previously on Sisters in Stars Hollow. I'm leaving now. Also, I need coffee. Okay, bye.
3 months. Wow. I stand with Paris.
Julia and I have had a wide range of tiramisus.
But that's life in the jungle.
You don't do this here. Don't forget the meatball.
Oh, yeah.
The meatball.
The meatball. I still stand by that. The meatball situation.
The meatball was weird. It was a weird situation.
It was weird. And that's how I feel.
We still feel the same way. Even after watching the Breakup Part 2, we still feel the same way about the meatball.
It gets brought up.
It does.
In this episode. Oh, man.
I'm shaking my head.
Yeah. Alexandria has seen the Breakup Part 2. Oof. I said last time, like, a lot happens in the last episode, and I kind of like, in my head, this episode and last episode are almost like the same to me, just because it is like kind of just carrying the whole story. I sometimes get confused on what happens in each one specifically,
like one
you know?
the other.
Yes. So it's a continuation here. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. A lot has transpired
oh, boy.
the last 24 hours in Stars Hollow. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. Holy crap.
Oh, I want to watch the next episode so badly.
Yeah.
Well, let's start talking about it.
Yeah. Well, before we get into our coffee really quick, I just want to say, I feel like I also said a couple episodes ago, like, oh, it's, a recap of all the characters. And then I'm like, in this episode, I was like, wait, no, we totally missed a ton of people. Mrs. Kim and Lane and Babette and Maury are not in Christopher Returns. None of those characters are in there.
That's true.
So I'm like, you know what? I take back maybe that statement I made. But
I take it back. It wasn't a recap.
It was not a recap.
Very important characters were missing.
I take it back, yes. Even before we get started on that, we have a listener shout out to listener Kelly.
Listener Kelly.
Kelly.
I like that. Kelly.
We're having fun. Listener Kelly bought us a coffee. Thank you so much, Kelly, and said, really enjoying the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Kelly.
much.
Thank
That's so
you.
exciting. We're really enjoying you.
I was about to say that, and I was like, is that going to sound weird?
I was like, wait a minute. That sounds wrong.
We're enjoying all of our listener engagement.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
So fun.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's listeners like you that can keep our show running, so I appreciate that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
And if you guys want to support our show, head over to buymeacoffee.com/sistersinstarshollow. It is in every episode description. We love hearing from you. And speaking of coffee, we're trying Caribou. No, that's a drink. Do you know that song?
No.
151 rum and Caribou. Do you know what I gotta pull this up
What?
now. Wait.
Should I know this?
No, I shouldn't even know this, but I do. Those out there that are listening that know what I'm talking about. Ready for the Caribou by Tech 9. We're allowed to listen to this right now. That's what I think of when I see Caribou coffee.
That's what you think of when you see Caribou Coffee? Maybe that should be their theme song. That'd be pretty slick. You walk into a coffee shop and that's playing. It's just
just on 151 rum, pineapple juice.
It's like dark. It's like
ooh, a new concept.
New concept. Julia, a new coffee club.
Guys,
Julia,
what the heck? Wait a minute.
What if we had a coffee club? There's no alcohol served though. It's just like
I think
espressos.
that's actually becoming a popular thing in Japan. I'm
What?
not even kidding. Maybe not club. No, but I swear I saw a news story about this recently. It's like,
oh my gosh,
coffee club, and maybe an espresso martini. Maybe an espresso martini.
Okay.
That's the only alcohol served.
Slight kind of alcohol, but it's all like coffee drinks, but it's a club.
It's a club. Guys.
I would be there every weekend. Oh my God. If I didn't have kids.
Yeah, right.
If I was still single, I would be there every weekend.
Well, there's a lot of ifs.
There's a lot of ifs.
I feel like a person I would like to be with would hang out at a coffee club.
Yes.
You're shaking your
Yes.
head. Yes.
I'm shaking my head. Yes. I love this idea. Oh my gosh. This is such a tangent right now, but oh my God. The coffee club, why doesn't that exist? We're going to formulate our the perfect town, okay? It would be kind of like Stars Hollow, but with some key additions, including the coffee club.
Including the coffee club, for sure.
It has the cozy theater.
Yes.
It has a town square.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a coffee club.
It has a coffee club.
We will figure out over time.
All the pieces, parts.
Yeah.
I like this. Keep listening for this, you guys. It's coming. We've got 6 more seasons.
We have a lot more.
And an after show.
Yeah, there's a whole after show.
An extended mini series. Yes, that we were also, I think I've said this before, I'm going to make Alexander watch that as well. I think if you're a Gilmore Girls fan, you have to watch all of the things.
Have you watched it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I've seen it.
Okay. Just check.
Not as much as the series.
Yeah.
Not as much as the series, but I have seen it. Yeah. So that one for me will still be a little more fresh. But
okay.
anyway,
that was a super long tangent, but the way we got there was we were drinking Caribou.
Caribou.
I can't. Caribou, just like a nice, solid medium roast K-cup.
Yes.
From Caribou.
Well, I'm going to try it right now. Okay.
It's solid, right?
It's solid, actually. Yeah.
I've always liked Caribou coffee.
You have.
Always liked.
I remember
coffee.
this about you.
When I was in high school, there was a period of time where school would end and then I had to wait for our brother to be done with soccer practice or something along those lines. I don't remember exactly. Okay. I would go to a local Caribou and just sit and do my homework, or read a book and order a coffee most times and try different things on the menu. I started the staff started recognizing me and stuff.
One of those. Yeah, they're like, oh, she's a regular. Yeah.
Their coffee is so good.
Memories. Xander's crying.
But then they closed.
They closed.
And then they closed. Yeah. They kept closing and closing and closing. Now they don't have any locations anymore.
I know. But they still have coffee.
They do.
So, it's not like it's gone forever.
You're right.
But I get
just
it.
wanted
that
to
is
talk
sad.
about
Yeah, I know.
that because I'm sad.
Memories.
Good coffee.
Memories.
But maybe we can revitalize it, the Caribou Coffee Club.
Oh,
we sponsored by Caribou. Coffee Club sponsored by Caribou.
Playing Caribou.
Right.
Right. Oh, man. All right. Solid coffee. Let's give it a rating. Yeah, it's a 4 out of 5 for me. Yeah.
It's 4.
Mm-hmm. Solid 4.
Yep.
We have a lot to discuss today, so let's get into it. I'm Julia.
I'm Alex.
And this is Sisters in Stars Hollow, episode 17, The Breakup, part 2. So the episode opens exactly where we left off from last time. Lorelai is giving Rory a hug. Rory had just come home and said that her and Dean had broken up. So Lorelai is hugging Rory and asking her what happened. And all Rory is saying is that they just broke up. And Lorelai just does not understand this. That doesn't make any sense. And Rory says, we went to dinner, we walked by the bonfire, but it wasn't lit. So we went to this junkyard and we sat in this car and, oh God, I forgot your meatball in the car. I cannot believe I forgot your meatball in the car. I told the waiter to wrap it up and everything. And everyone was like, what do you want with one meatball? And I kept saying it's a mother-daughter thing. And I'm sure they thought I was nuts, but he was so nice and I did it anyway. And he brought me one and with this little tinfoil swan of a duck or a swan. And then I left it in the car. And I'm like, this is me talking now. That's what you're concerned about right now?
That's what you're thinking about?
That you forgot your mother's meatball?
This stupid meatball.
Forget about the frickin' meatball.
Why are we talking about this meatball? Yeah, the only thing I can think of is oh, I left that in the car and now he's going to go back there and see it or something. That's awkward. Maybe I would have thought that. I don't know.
Just molding. It's going to be a moldy meatball.
There's going to be a moldy meatball just in that car. Someone's going to find that there.
No, I guess, okay, trying to be nice. Maybe she's trying not to think about what just happened almost. And then it's just going down a tangent of let's focus on the meatball that I was supposed to bring back to you, which again,
why did you actually get the meatball? You guys were making a joke about it, fine. But then you went to the restaurant and actually did it.
Forget about the meatball. That's what Lorelai says too. She says, forget the meatball. Just tell me what happened. He broke up with you? That doesn't make any sense. This is a Dean we're talking about. She says, he's crazy about you. He calls 25 times a day. Have you seen the cover of his notebook? It's one step away from stalker material.
I wrote this down.
So did I. This is like my quote of the episode. It's a spooky moment.
It's
like,
everything.
It's everything.
It's everything.
It's everything right now. I was like...
I can't even. I'm just laughing. Have you seen the cover of his notebook? It's one step away from stalker material. Yes.
There it is.
Lorelai,
it is. It has come full circle. It is confirming everything we've been saying this whole time.
Everything we've been saying this whole time. Even Lorelai saw it. Even Lorelai recognized it for what it was.
She says he's one step away from stalker material. No.
I think he's in there.
He's over.
He's a one step over.
The line.
The line. Yeah, I was like,
wait.
What are we saying?
Step away. He's one step
closer.
He's
one step close to stalker tendencies. What? Stalker tendencies.
It is confirmed by Lorelai. She thinks it too.
We're vindicated.
Yes. That's just a crazy moment that's happening for us right now.
I feel like this quote is everything. This has nothing to do with like anything else that happens in this episode.
It's like a bit from our show. Nothing to do with the show, like Gilmore Girls at all. Just for us. And anyone who's been following along. But anyway, Lorelai wants to go step by step through the night so she can decipher what actually happened here. But Rory does not want to talk about it, just says that what happened here is we broke up and he didn't want to be my boyfriend anymore. End of story. Lorelai is like, that is not what happened. He did not plan an entire romantic evening, complete with a dinner and a junkyard. We'll get back to that later. And then suddenly just decide to dump you for no reason. And Rory goes, well, how do you know? And Lorelai says, because I've read every Nancy Drew mystery ever written, and I know there's more to the story than you're telling me. It's like, oh, she reads Nancy Drew.
That was nice.
That was a brownie point from us.
Julia and I love Nancy Drew.
We love Nancy Drew.
In particular, the games.
Yes, not necessarily the books. I mean, I don't know about you. I never really read them, but...
Maybe I've read one, not at length. I've not read the books, no, but the games.
Played the computer games, PC computer games.
They're so good.
Anyone out there knows that?
If anyone out there has played these games, you know. You know. If you know, you know.
Ick. Anyway, so while Lorelai is trying to be like, what the heck is going on? Rory is just getting rid of all of Dean's stuff that she has in her room. Everything he gave her, everything he touched, everything he looked at. And Lorelai is just like, it's very chaotic. She's trying to guess what happened. He found someone else. Is he dying? Did his football team lose a game? And Rory's like, what? And Lorelai goes, it happened. I'm like, is that a reference to a TV show or something?
Yeah,
I don't know. And then Lorelai says, did he try something? Something you weren't ready for? And Rory's like, oh God, no. But fair question.
I thought that was a really fair question. If I was Lorelai in this situation, I would have jumped to that as an option of
otherwise
something in general, oh, okay, he wanted to move too fast and you weren't actually it's very along the lines of, him moving too fast or not in a physical way.
Yeah, but just in general, it's a fair question. I think that was a normal thing to ask. But Rory is just throwing everything in this box. She throws the fancy dress that Lorelai made for her for the dance in the box. But she's like, it's the dress I wore to the dance with him, so I have to put it in there. Rory throws a sweater into the box, and Lorelai says, that's new. Rory goes, yeah, well, he saw me in it yesterday, and he liked it. Funny. Lorelai's like, well, then he has good taste. And Rory's like, this is not time for jokes. And Lorelai says, look, if you throw away everything Dean saw you wear, you'll be walking around in a towel. Stop.
That can't be the criteria for throwing stuff out.
And then Lorelai goes to the box and she pulls out Colonel Clucker. She's like, Colonel Clucker, are you serious? He's been with you since you were 4. And Rory says, yeah, well, the first time Dean came over, he picked it up. I was like, there it is. Throwback to that.
Throwback, yeah.
See? Things come back.
Things come back.
I told you. Colonel Clucker, he returned.
You were right.
Lorelai keeps trying to lighten the mood. So Rory sees some reason in all this, but Rory is not in that mood, and she just wants Lorelai to take that box far, far away. Lorelai says she will and tells Rory to get some rest. And then you see Lorelai take that box and put it into the closet in the entryway. She thinks maybe someday Rory might want some of those items again. Fades to the intro. And fades out, and We see Lorelai is sleeping. It's the next morning. Rory bursts into the door, shaking her awake, wanting her to get up. Rory says she wants to get started on the list. She made a list of things that they say they're going to do on weekends but never do, and Rory wants to get them all out of the way today, get these things done. She's just opening up shades and windows and getting Lorelai's clothes ready. Rory's just going on. She's like, we can do it all. We can make a reward system. We'll get manicures. We'll go to the Swiss restaurant or stuff our purse with candy. Or we can go see the Stars Hollow elementary production of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. And you see Lorelai and she's just like, what? And like looks at the clock and is like, Rory, it's 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. What are you doing? It's the day of rest. Rory goes, no, Sunday is the day of rest. And Lorelai goes,
Can I read this?
Yeah.
Because I wrote this down also. She's like, it's the day of pre-rest. And then Rory's like, pre-rest? And then Lorelai goes, Saturday is the day of pre-rest. So when you actually get to Sunday, you're rested enough to enjoy your rest.
Yeah, I like that. I actually almost like that as a quote. But Rory's just like, let's go. No resting, let's go. Flash to Lorelai is walking downstairs and she sees that everything in the house has been moved around, all the furniture. So apparently Rory rearranged the furniture and Lorelai is just like, okay, is there any reason you did this? And Rory's just like, I was up, it was there. Lorelai is like, okay, well, the sofa is facing away from the TV. So yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. And Rory's like, okay, you ready to go? And Lorelai is like, okay, yeah, just one sec. Put the pen down. But Rory's like, no, I'm finishing the list. And Lorelai is like, okay, that's fine, but I wish you would just talk to me for a second. Like, I'm concerned about you. But Rory does not want to deal with this, does not want to talk about the breakup. She can't deal with it right now. Lorelai tries to talk to her and says, look, I've had my heart broken before. It's really hard. It's hard on everyone. And what I really think you need to do today is wallow. Get in your pajamas, go to bed, eat nothing but gallons of ice cream and tons of pizza. Don't put on any kind of makeup at all and just sit in the dark and watch a really sad movie and have a really good wallow. Shoving it away and not thinking about it is not going to help. I was like, yes, this is the correct thing to do.
Agree.
You know, I don't know if you're like this. You don't like to watch movies and cry, but I'm like, yes, you need to put on a movie that will let you let it out, you know?
Wait, do you enjoy watching movies that make you cry?
I wouldn't say I enjoy it, but there's times where I'm like, I want a good movie to like cry to. You've never done that before?
I've never done that.
Oh God, does anyone else do this? I do this. I'm like, this is, like, I have a specific movie that I put on. Gets me every time.
Is it The Notebook?
It is not The Notebook, but it does have Rachel McAdams.
Okay, you know what my equivalent is when I'm like, I'm feeling an emotion and I want something to like help me feel that emotion and let it out more? It's, I listen to music that does that for me.
Yeah, I do that too. But that doesn't have the same, always the same, like, the movie I watch, it's called About Time. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Of course, it has Rachel McAdams. All these movies do. And I forget the main actor. If you saw him, you would recognize him. That movie isn't like depressing in a way that's like, oh my God. I'm going to describe what happens, okay? Describe what happens.
All right. If you don't want any spoilers.
It came out like 20 years ago. So like, you know.
Fast forward through this.
Basically, the whole premise is that this guy, and I'm forgetting his name, but the main character, the men in his family have this ability where they can travel back in time. He's like, I don't know, maybe college age or a little past that age or whatever. And he finds out from his father that he can do this. Basically, the whole story is like him trying to get with Rachel McAdams. That sounds like, it's like, I like how I described that. He wants to date Rachel McAdams.
Courting her.
Thank you. That's a better. Okay. And so he has to keep going back and like figuring out how to like meet up with her again, but also trying to like fix other things with his family and his job and other stuff. But it's funny and it's light and it's like, it's just done in a really good way. It's like a dramedy. But the sad part is that, yes, you can do this, but once you start having kids, if you go back like before your kid was born, when you come back, your kid could be a different kid. It changes like it could change the outcome of who your child is, if that makes sense. You have a girl and all of a sudden you have a boy and it's like, wait, what?
Because it's like a new timeline when you come back?
Yes, but that's not the sad part.
Okay.
He has kids. His father gets sick, and then Rachel McAdams wants to have another kid after the dad had passed away already, so he can't go back and see his father anymore, like after she has this next kid.
The kids that he has now were alive when the father was also alive.
Yes.
So he's been going back in time to be able to still see his dad.
Yes, because he can. But
if they have another child, then he can't do that anymore because it's going to change child.
That next child.
So
yes.
he can't.
So he can't. So like what he does, and he like goes back and visits his father one last time, and then they go back even further. They share a memory of like when he was a kid and his father were like on the beach playing together. I'm tearing up about it now. It is like I'm crying. So sad and beautiful at the same time. Makes me cry.
Julia, crying. No, I'm crying. Why did you have to talk about this?
Sorry.
Oh, wait a minute.
Every time.
Wait a minute.
Every time.
How can his dad go back that long without changing him?
Without changing him?
Yeah, wait, isn't he his dad's?
Oh, that was the thing. They're like, well, I think we can do this if we don't change a single thing about this memory. We're not going back and changing something. We're just going back and reliving the memory.
Oh, well then he can just do that then in the future, right? With his own dad?
I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works. Anyway.
I like plot holes into it. Like, wait, why can't he still go back?
It makes me cry. If I just need to let out the emotions, I watch that. Anyway, that's a tangent for you all, and I'm crying right now.
So,
oh God.
Lorelai was telling Rory, you need to do this. You need to like eat ice cream and just surround yourself with things that make you feel good, but also just feel emotions. That's what she was telling her to do. And she was like, no.
And Rory is refusing and being stubborn about it. And
I'm going to go shopping, which maybe that was enjoyable to her. Getting stuff done and being productive is something that Rory likes, right? So
yes, and that is a way to like just like get your mind off
stuff. The thing
is
that she wanted to get her mind off of it versus like letting the feelings run their course, which is what Lorelai was telling her to do.
Yes.
2 approaches.
But Rory does not want to wallow. She doesn't want to be that girl, she says, who totally loses it because she doesn't have a boyfriend. And Lorelai is like, that description hardly applies to you. But Rory believes it will if she wallows. And Rory's just like, I have Harvard to think about. I can't afford to be distracted anyway. Harvard is hard to get into, and I need to keep my eye on the prize. And Lorelai's like, well, I admire your attitude, but let's rent Old Yeller. Or is that just a guys crying movie?
Have you seen Old Yeller?
Yeah.
Okay.
Old Yeller, come back, Yeller.
Okay. I'm glad you remembered that part.
I'm like 8th grade watching that movie. Old Yeller, come back, Yeller. That's how the movie opens or something. Sorry. I remember the most randomest shit. Random tunes.
You know, since we're talking about things, I'm going to tell this story. Okay. Because it's just reminded me of everything we're talking about. Old Yeller, when I watched it, I don't think I cried during it, but the only book that has ever made me cry at the ending was Where the Red Ferns Grow. Oh. Do you remember reading that book in school?
Oh, Where the Red Fern Grows.
That was about dogs. You
cried at that one.
I did.
What's with these Old Yeller, Where the Red Fern Grows, The Fox and the Hound? I don't know. It's just like it's part of all that. It's like, oh my God. Gotta let him go. It's like, oh God, Jesus. Yeah, that makes sense.
Sad. Anyway. Yeah, she needed to do that.
Yes.
And she refused.
She's refusing. She wants to go shopping. Rory keeps going back to writing her list. And Lorelai goes, well, here, give that to me. Let me make a small adjustment. Write something down. And she writes wallow on the list. And Rory's like, what? Get that off. And she's like, if it's on the list, you have to do it, right? But no, Rory is not going to wallow. Flash to, we're walking through Stars Hollow. It's super busy. There's a lot of people out. And Lorelai is like, what is everyone doing up on Saturday morning? And Rory's like, well, some people like to get up early. And I noticed, I was like, there's a lady cleaning leaves off of a popcorn cart. And there's a bunch of like snack carts and stuff. And I was like, what is happening? And I was like, oh, wait. They're tearing down from the Firelight Festival. Because it was just the night before.
Oh, yeah.
Like, at first I was like, what? Like, is happening? Yeah. So they're cleaning up from that. They're walking, and then Rory stops, and she's like, we can't go that way. And Lorelai says, but we're going to Luke's. You pulled me out of bed at 6 a.m., and then you say no Luke's? What the heck? But Rory's like, we cannot go that way because we'd have to walk by Dosie's Market, and we might run into Dean, and Rory doesn't know Dean's work schedule because it changes a lot. Okay, so Lorelai wants to go another way, but that's no good either because they'd have to walk by the school. Lorelai's like, there's no school today. Rory says, yeah, but on his days off from work, he plays football at the school with some of his friends, and the time varies. Okay, Lorelai says, well, then we'll just go down Peach and circle around. No good. Dean lives on Peach. Lorelai's like, okay, Rory, I need my coffee.
How are you going to get there? Just tell me how to get there.
I need to get to the happy coffee place. But it's like, okay, it's okay. We're going to figure something out. And I'm like, in all likelihood, Dean's probably still asleep. They could have just run. Yeah. Just run.
You know what I would say? I doubt that he is playing football at 6 a.m. with his friends at the school. I would have gone the school route, personally, just in this situation.
Probably, yeah. There's no way they're up at 6 a.m. for a casual game of football.
No.
Okay, at this age, no.
In high school, no.
No. Flash 2, they are walking through trash and back alleyways. And Rory just starts going on a rant about how someone's trash says a lot about a person. And Lorelai's like, okay, we need to get you out of this alley. This is taking a weird turn. But we flash to Luke's and it is packed in there. And Lorelai's like, who are all these people? And Rory's like, it's the 6 a.m. crowd. And Lorelai doesn't recognize any of them.
How does she know what the 6 a.m. crowd is there? Like, does she go there at like 6
Rory,
a.m.?
What?
Like she says that line like she's just like, oh, it's just the 6 a.m. crowd. Like, yeah, I'm here all the time with this crowd. Like, what?
But Lorelai doesn't recognize any of them. And then Rachel comes out of nowhere offering coffee. What the heck? What the heck? Lorelai's like, okay, so Luke put you to work. And Rachel says, yeah, well, I figured if I'm going to be hanging around here for a while, the least I could do is help out. And Laura's like, oh, okay. Oh, so you're going to be around for a while. Wow. Yeah. And
wow.
Wow. Okay. That's so cool.
That's great.
It's great. Rachel says, yeah, I think so. Oh, wow. It's nice. Yeah. And they ask, where's Luke? And Rachel's like, well, we were up late last night. Okay. Jesus. Stop it.
Stop.
And so Rachel let Luke sleep in. And it wasn't easy to get him to agree to do it. But in the end, a little sweet talk and a couple of Excedrin PMs, he finally caved. So you drugged him?
So, yeah, like, why does that sound like you secretly gave him drugs?
That's what she did. She's like, yeah, go to sleep.
You're weird, Rachel. Like,
Take these sleeping pills. Get out of here.
Get out of our town.
You're not one of us.
I don't know. So far, I don't really like her.
Yeah. Cassandra does not like Rachel. Lorelai and Rory finally find a seat, and Rory just feels like everyone is staring at her. And Lorelai goes, yeah, well, you got a banana peel stuck to your foot. She's like, what? No, just kidding. She's like, no one is staring at you. Relax. And Rory says, they know. Everyone knows. It's probably all around town. Everyone knows that I've been dumped.
Yeah, and she says it really loud.
She does.
So I'm like, well, now they do.
I've been dumped. Everyone knows. It's like, well, Rory, just shut up.
A quarter of the town is sitting like in your immediate vicinity. So like maybe don't yell that.
Just maybe. I don't know. Lorelai is like, how would they know? It just happened last night. It's only 6 a.m. Lorelai's like, maybe we should go home. But Rory does not want to go home. So Lorelai goes to order some food, and Miss Patty comes in and sees Lorelai and is like, oh my gosh, Lorelai, what a nice surprise to see you so early in the morning. So how are things? Lorelai goes, you know, don't you? And Miss Patty's like, yes, and I feel awful. I feel completely responsible. I got Dean that job, and I certainly encouraged them. I just felt they were so right together. So somehow Miss Patty already knows.
How does she know about this?
I have no idea.
I was upset about this because this makes no sense. How does she know that this happened?
Somebody had to be spying on them because I don't know how she would know that.
Was there someone at the junkyard?
Yes. I don't know that, but I'm just saying like that, yes.
Well, we have to figure this out. So someone was at the junkyard.
That's the only way.
Was spying on these two teenagers.
Or. This is what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
That's more likely.
Okay.
Because Dean drove Rory home, right?
Yeah. Where did he go after that?
Well, there's that, but also like maybe they had like some sort of like, we're done here at that moment in time. Because they didn't necessarily like at the end of last episode, it wasn't like, oh, they've just broken up right now. Like that wasn't like clear necessarily. Like at the junkyard.
They never showed, yeah. They never showed them having a breakup conversation.
No. So maybe that happened at the house and Bad Bet overheard it.
That is more plausible,
That's the plausible thing. And other than like someone creepy, like the creepy like person that lives at the junkyard was fine.
They had something happened outside the house at drop-off. At drop-off.
We have kids.
At drop-off, yeah. That's actually very plausible.
I think that's what happened. That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
But Lorelai says to Miss Patty, please don't say anything to her. Rory's a little concerned about everyone finding out. And so just spread the word that, like, let's keep this on the DL. At that time, Luke comes downstairs and is like, oh, good morning, sleepyhead. Has a little small talk about how he and Rachel are doing. And then Luke wants, like, can I get you anything? And she orders special crazy chocolate chip pancakes. And Luke is like, okay, what's the special occasion for these? She says Dean broke up with Rory. And Luke is immediately irate. Laura's like, keep it down. Like, stop, don't stop yelling. And Luke is like, I knew it. I knew that kid was trouble. And Laura's like, yes, yeah, you knew. Okay, just give me the pancakes. Yes, we know. You said he was trouble. And Luke is like, what does he think? He's going to do better than Rory? Is he crazy? Well, good riddance. Get out of here. It's just really funny.
It is.
But kind of cute, actually, how much he's like,
what?
Yeah. But Lorelai's like, okay, thank you. Just make some pancakes. And he's asking how Rory's doing. And Lorelai's like, well, she's been dumped by her first boyfriend. And so Luke's like, all right, I'll make sure to add some whipped cream to those pancakes. But at that time, you look over and you hear and see Kirk talking to Rory saying, I never liked him. I don't know what it was. Maybe the shape of his forehead or his height or his floppy hairstyle. Actually, yes, on reflection, I think it was the floppy hairstyle. I love Kirk. And Lorelai is like, okay. And Kirk is like, Lorelai, I want to express my apologies for not voicing my concerns about the floppy-haired jerk earlier, because if I had, she's like, it's okay, Kirk, you can leave. It's okay. And he's like, I can't go until you accept my apology. She's like, I accept. And Kirk's like, it will not happen again. Just like, I love Kirk.
He's pretty funny.
This is Kirk.
Okay.
This is Kirk.
He just shows, he's just like in these situations where it's like, why are you here?
Yes.
What?
Just, you will, I love him so much. Lorelai tries to convince Rory again to go home, but she does not want to go home and wallow. Then Rory says, did wallowing help you get over Max? And Lorelai's like, okay, wallowing won't help you get over him. It's just part of the process. It's the mourning period. It's an important step. The thing that will help you get over somebody is time. And then Rory's like, okay, well, how long did it take you to get over Max? Okay, all right, Rory. And Laura's like, all right, being vague and just saying like a while, like I don't know. Then Luke brings over pancakes, is insistent on getting Rory strawberries, and he walks away. And Rory's like, you told him, didn't you? And Lorelai's like, no, Miss Patty did. And she goes, well, who told Miss Patty? And Lorelai's like, I don't know. Sources.
Yeah, because it's really unclear
how
Miss Patty knows about
She doesn't know either. It's like sources of the town. They all know. Everyone's listening. Everyone's watching. At that time, we see Dean coming down the road, headed towards Luke's. Luke spots him and immediately goes outside and stops him from coming into the diner. And Luke is like, no, turn around. You're not going in there. And Dean is like, are you serious? And Luke is like, you see a smile on this face? And Dean's like, no, but what's different about that?
This whole exchange is actually like incredibly hilarious.
Yes.
You see a smile on his face? No, but what's different about that? What's that supposed to mean? Just that you're not, what did you write down the whole thing? Okay, I'll let you read it.
What's that supposed to mean? Just that you're not exactly known as a town crack-up. And then Dean tries to go in and Luke pushes him back. And they just start fighting and wrestling each other.
Yeah, you missed a line.
Oh, what was
he's like? Oh. He's like, I'm exercising my right not to serve. And then Dean goes, what are you talking about? I'm not even in there yet. Or something.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm not even inside. And then just start
wrestling. But back inside, Rory is saying, if you tell Miss Patty, everyone in town is going to know. And Lorelai is like, people have their own lives and problems. I hardly think you and Dean breaking up is the main thing on their mind. But meanwhile, right outside their window, you can see, plain as day, Dean and Luke wrestling and fighting.
They're just like wrestling out the window, and they're just like, have their coffee, and they're just like, this is not the main thing on people's mind, Rory. Like, they're not going to be thinking about this too much. There's like a fighting.
Yes. And Lorelai's like, oh my God. And so they all both run outside and being like, Luke, what are you doing? And like pulls Luke off of Dean. And then Rory's left outside with Dean and being like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. She's like, oh, good. I don't know what got into him. And Dean just like stops her and says, I have to go, and like walks away. So that was awkward and uncomfortable.
Incredibly awkward.
I felt like secondhand embarrassment for Rory in that situation. I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, and also as much as I'm like, this was funny, like, really, Luke?
Yeah.
Really? You started fighting with a teenager that's outside your store?
Luke,
like,
you're more mature than this.
Yeah, no.
Like, no. Ay. But Lorelai's like, okay, well, Rory, let's get started on that list.
Let's move on from this.
Yes. And Rory wants to go get a soap dish for the kitchen. So off they go. Fade back to the Gilmore house. They are returning from their shopping trip with tons of bags. They were very successful. Lorelai asks if Rory is happy. Rory says she appreciates a job well done. So this was good.
Yeah.
And they're talking and they're putting away what they found while they were shopping. And Rory goes in her room to plug in her new wall freshener. And then at that time, Babette comes over being like, I just heard. Oh,
wait.
Shoot, that's a hole in my story.
That's a hole in your story.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know how Miss Patty knows.
Someone was spying on them at the junkyard.
That's creepy. That's a spooky moment for you.
I
don't know. All we know is there were sources.
Unnamed sources. So she comes over.
So she comes over. She's like, I just heard. And Lorelai takes her outside. Like, oh my God. Like, she's not in a talking mood. And Babette's like, but I can help. I can tell her I have to go through a lot of bad relationships to get a really good one. I can tell her about all the horrible men I've known. I mean, really, truly awful men. I was pushed out of a moving car once.
Oh my God. Spooky moment.
Oh my God.
I was pushed out of a moving car once.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
That's terrible.
Lorelai's like, what? Are you okay? Like, what the heck? That's terrifying. Can
you imagine if like a friend of yours just one day just casually was just like, yeah, one time I was dating someone and like I got pushed out of a moving car.
I'd be like,
what the hell?
I'm like, where is that person now? Like what?
Are they in jail?
Like, yes. I'd be like, are you safe? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, where is that person now?
Yeah, so that was pretty crazy. But Rory walks out of her room and hears them talking outside and goes back into her room. There's like sad la-las playing. This is a very classic, like sad la-la song.
Oh, okay.
You know it. You don't know it, but you out there, you guys know.
No, but I know what you're talking about. There is a sad la. I've already started recognizing it that there's a sad la.
Yes.
So I actually know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking
about. I can't like hum it right now, but yeah.
You know. And she looks at her wrist. She doesn't have her bracelet on anymore that Dean had given her. And she's maybe starting to wallow on her bed a little bit. But she like puts her fist down. She's like, no, I'm not going to do this. And goes through her book bag and finds the flyer to Madeline's party. And tells her mom, I'm going to go to this. And Lorelai's like, you're going to a Chilton party? Why not stay home and read the bell jar? Same effect. Rory's already done that and doesn't have the effect.
Yeah, didn't this get brought up before?
She wasn't reading the bell jar. She was reading
reading
Sylvia Plath. I'm sure she's already read the bell jar. Rory goes like, you know what? No, I'm going to be at school there for the next 2.5 years. Wouldn't kill me to be social. And Lorelai is like, okay, well, maybe Lane should go with you too? Just so you have someone there that's like a friend. Like that might be nice. And Rory's like, can I take the car? Can I borrow something to wear? Lorelai's like, yeah. And Rory goes, are you going to give in to whatever I say because you're feeling sorry? And Lorelai's like, yep. You can have whatever you want. And then immediately flash to Rory is getting ready for the party with Lane. And I'm like, hold up.
Why is Lane allowed to go to this?
Yeah.
I thought that too. I was like, how did that happen? I'm glad. I'm actually really excited for that situation. But like, how is Lane going to this party?
There is no way that Lane would be allowed to go to this party without some sort of scheming of like, what are you telling your mother? Like where you're going to be? Like there's no way you would have been allowed to go to this. So that's a little bit of a plot hole there because it's like, oh yeah, Lane's just going to come to the party. And like she's wearing like this like really cute outfit. Like, I actually liked her outfit. Like
I did too. I was like, oh yeah, they both look nice. Like
they both did. But I'm like, no.
How just questions.
Just a lot of questions. That seems a little loophole there of like she wouldn't have been allowed to go. But Lane asks Rory how she's doing, and Lane said she saw Dean but wasn't sure if she should tell Rory that she saw Dean, and he didn't say anything to her. He just crossed the street as soon as he saw her, but if it's any consolation, he looked really sad. And Rory's like, well, I don't want him to be sad. And Lane's like, are you sure you want to go out? Like, why don't we just hang out at home? That's what I would do.
That's what I would do too. Like, you're going to go to a party with a bunch of people that you don't like, which was also her mom's reaction, which was like kind of I had the same reaction.
Stay home and eat a pizza.
Just stay home and just eat.
Just eat. Stay home and just eat.
Just eat.
just eat your feelings, okay?
Just let yourself go.
Just don't care anymore, okay? Just Just let yourself go.
Anyway, okay. We're gonna go to the party.
All right.
It's fine.
But Rory is insistent she wants to go. Lorelai is like, oh, I found this nice necklace that matches Rory's dress, and says that, like, if you don't think you're gonna be back by 12, like, call me, and just trying to be like supportive of like, okay, if this is what you want to do, like this is good that you two are going out. At that time, Rory finds the cornstarch that she shoplifted.
The cornstarch.
The cornstarch. That she shoplifted from Dosie's Market.
Yes.
The day that Dean kissed her for the first time. Lorelai takes it. She's like, let me take this. I'll throw this away for you. You guys go. Yes, go to the party. But she takes it and shoves it in the front closet box. But then she finds another box that she opens up, and we come to find it's a Max Medina box. Whoa. Because she takes out the Proust book.
I watched this episode twice in preparation for this recording session.
Yeah.
And the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, this must be a box of her stuff from just generally her past lovers or something. Like, I didn't make the connection of what that book was. Or I didn't remember what that book was. But then the second time, because then I knew what was going to happen, I was like, oh my gosh, that's that book that she kept trying to give back to him, but then he never took it back. And she has it.
It's the Proust book. Yep. Memories.
Took my second rewatch for me to make that connection. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it could be a box of past relationships. I don't know, but that was the Proust book from Max.
Yeah.
For sure. And she's just looking at it. And then flash, all of a sudden we're at Suki's house. Lorelai is there and comes over to ask Suki something. And Suki is distracted because Jackson is in her kitchen making her dinner, and she cannot just sit still and let him do it. She has to know what he's doing, how he's cooking his meal, and she got kicked out of the kitchen. Jackson comes out and like yells at her and is like, this is supposed to be romantic. Like, stay out of the kitchen. And Lorelai is like, just sit down. Like, what he's doing is nice for you. But it's very chaotic. Always with these two, it's very chaotic. So he's like, okay, hi, how are you? Like, what's going on? Lorelai is like, I wanted to ask you a favor. I want to take your car. It's for something important. Rory has mine. And Suki's like, yeah, doesn't ask any questions. Just like, here, I'm going to be in all night. Just take my car. Which we're like, wow, that's nice. That's really nice. And then immediately, like, there's a crash in the kitchen, and Suki's like, what's going on? And Lorelai's like, okay, I'm out of here.
You guys figured this out. Okay.
Yeah. It was a cute, funny little thing. It was just very Suki and Jackson chaos. Flash 2, Lorelai is parked out on the street somewhere, walking down into someone's front door, rings the doorbell, and who is it? It's Max Medina. He returns. Did we even think he was going to return? I mean, they were kind of hinting at it last episode.
I mean, they hinted at it last episode.
But in general, you didn't think so.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh my gosh. He returns. Holy crap.
Yeah, seemingly out of nowhere. Yeah, I kind of miss Max. Hey, have you heard from Max lately? No. How long did it take you to get over Max? And now she's going to visit him. It's like, oh my God. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And he's like, Lorelai, what are you doing here? She says, Rory and Dean broke up. He's like, okay. Yeah, Rory and Dean broke up and she won't wallow. And she goes on this monologue about the wallowing and Rory asking about how long it's been since she's been over Max and that she couldn't give her an answer because she's not over him. And it ends up with her saying, I really miss you. And Max invites her in. Fade to the Chilton party.
The Chilton party.
Dun dun dun. Boom, 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 boom. And it is a ginormous party. I'm like, these are not all Chilton kids. There's no way. I mean, there's like so many people at this party.
I know.
Multiple schools type of party.
It did seem that way.
Yeah.
Quick aside, I was reading something online where people were commenting about how like that type of party is not a thing anymore. Like it used to be. But like people don't do that anymore. And then I was like thinking about, I'm like, is that true? I mean, I don't know because I don't like know anybody in high school.
Yeah. Neither do I.
But it's like supposedly like it's just not. You know, like back in like the 90s, like early 2000s, like you'd have like people, I don't know. Like,
it's like house parties.
Like big house parties like that. Yeah. Like the kids don't do that. The kids,
these days.
They don't do that anymore. And it's like, why not? I don't know. I just thought that was interesting.
That is interesting. I believe you because I don't really know anything else. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't have an example of like, oh no, that's still happening. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I can't give a story of like my own personal life. Like, oh, I know this person and
but
this person's kid in high school or anything like that. Like, I don't know, but that's what people were saying online.
That's crazy.
They don't like, that's not like
people like don't go out.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of part of that, I think.
Right.
But I would think that actually house parties like that would be actually more nowadays just because it's so expensive to do like other stuff. But that's not what people were saying. Like, they don't do that.
I don't know.
They don't go out like that. It's not like, at least in high school, you know.
Yes, I think we're talking high school.
We're talking about high school, not like
college or stuff
college.
like
that's not what I'm,
or past. But I don't know. To be honest, like I never like attended anything like this. I was never invited to anything like this. They happened. I just wasn't invited.
Yeah, they happened.
But they happened. But they did happen. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. Anyone out there? Are these things still happening? Are they not? Let us know. We're curious.
We're just curious. Have things changed?
But yeah, this is like a ginormous party. It's at Madeline's house. Lena is shocked because there's a pool table.
I had this conversation with somebody once.
Okay.
If the pool table is on the main floor of your house, that's like, whoa.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like when it's like in your basement or something, it's like, okay, they have a pool table in the basement.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Not everyone has that, but like a lot of people do.
I know a lot of people that have some type of game table. Like maybe it's not pool, but they have like a foosball or they have a table of some kind, but it's like in the basement.
In the basement,
It's like kind of like.
But if it's on the
main
floor,
when it's on your main floor, it's like whoa.
Whoa, I agree with that.
You have like a billiards room in your house.
That's pretty crazy.
When we were in high school, I knew one person that had a pool table on their main.
You did?
I did.
Oh wow.
One person, yeah. They had a really big house and they had a pool table in their main floor.
That's wow.
I know.
That's the big leagues.
Yeah, that's something.
Big leagues.
I don't know.
That's something. I don't know. But this party also had a DJ. This is like
that's pretty intense.
That's pretty intense. Pool table on the first floor. We got a DJ going. There's tons of people. I'm like, this is a crazy party.
Yeah.
They walk in. They're walking through everyone, and Madeline finds them, and she's like, "You came." Louise is shocked and says, "Who's watching the farm?" Shut up. I hate that. I hate that. People always make those jokes because we live in Ohio, and they're like,
I know.
Oh, did you get married in a barn?
You know how I feel about this. Like what?
Someone said that to me once. Not for me. So I was talking to someone, and I was mentioning something about a wedding, and they were like, "Oh, did they get married in a barn?" The fuck?
But both of us have had on separate occasions very similar interactions that were like, "Oh, you live in Ohio?" Like, and then have some type of comment after that that's just like, you live in the middle of nowhere, or you don't have anything. It's like, it was just really weird. Like,
you get the barn comment, and they're like, "What did you guys do? Go tip cows? Were you tipping cows?" No, I don't live on a farm, so I don't know. I don't.
Like, they didn't understand that there's people in states that there can be like cities and like kind of
it's
typical
farmland. There's definitely farmland.
Along with farmland. Like, yes, there is farmland in the state of Ohio. That doesn't mean everybody that lives in Ohio lives on a farm.
Yeah,
like,
that's what we get though.
Accurate.
It's like, okay. Anyway, that Louise is that person, so I'm like, I don't like you. But then Louise is like, so where is he? Where's your Prince Charming boyfriend? You guys didn't break up, did you? But then two boys come up to Matt and Louise and like, oh, come, let's go take a tour of the pool house. You know, so like, oh, okay, blah, blah. So they go off and do that. I'm like, God, you guys are so annoying. I hate these people. I just hate them. But they leave, and Paris was there with them, so they leave Paris behind.
Why is Paris even friends with these two?
Like,
why are they friends?
Like, I'm like, Paris, this is like, if I was Rory in this situation, but like, at this point, I'm like, Paris, just hang out with us. I hate you, but like, just hang out with us, because like, clearly those two suck. They left you behind. They're not good friends.
But like, this has happened multiple times now. Like, I feel like Rory has witnessed that she's just kind of there, and she's just like rolling her eyes at like everything they're doing. They're not like her.
No. Paris goes, I didn't think you were much of a party girl. And Rory's like, I'm not usually, but I thought it might be nice to come check it out. Paris is like, it's the same people we see every day at school, except now we get to see them dance. Okay. And in casual clothing. You're not in uniform. Yeah. There's also that, which can be
kind of nice. Which can be shocking.
No, I'm just kidding.
Shocking.
I'm just kidding. But Paris is like, so where is your boyfriend? And Rory says, we broke up. And Paris is like, oh, well, at least you had a boyfriend for a while. And Rory's like, okay, where's the soda? And so Paris is like, all right, keep up. I'm not turning around. And like leads her and Lane to the soda. And Lane is like, wow, you didn't exaggerate about Paris. I guess she's meeting her for the first time. And and Rory's like, Paris needs no embellishment. But they find the drinks, and all the soda is French. And Lane and Rory are amazed by this. Apparently Madeline's parents, or her mom, has a French fetish. There's just a lot of like bubbly water, Perrier, I love a good Perrier.
Do you?
I do, actually. They used to have lemon Perrier. That was only a couple years ago. It's discontinued.
What?
I'm so sad. God, I was like, sometimes I just crave like a lemon Perrier. It doesn't exist. It's really sad. I'm really sad about this.
Find other lemon flavors.
I do. I have the LaCroix. Water. I have the LaCroix lemons. It's fine.
There's also Kirkland brand.
Okay, well. If you shop at Costco, yes, I should get the Kirkland carbonated waters. Oh, man. Anyway, at this time, we see Chad Michael Murray and Summer. I guess that girl's name is Summer. They're fighting at this party. And she's like, can't we just later? There's a party going on. And he's like, just tell me what you were doing locked in the bathroom with Austin. And she's like, nothing. But he doesn't believe her and says, you're my girlfriend. But she's being all snotty. And then says, what are you going to do? Knock me by my head with a club and drag me back to your Porsche? What the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? Why is that?
Why is that what you said? The first thing that your mind went to.
What are you going to do? Bash my head in?
Yeah.
Like no. No.
That fuck no.
What are you going to do? Bash my head and put me in the trunk of your car?
Like what?
Like what? Jesus Christ, no. I just want to know what you were doing.
I want to know what you were doing
in the bathroom with Austin.
So I'm crying so hard.
That's a spooky moment contender. God.
It's so unnecessarily escalated.
Yes. And Chad Michael Murray's like, Summer, please. And she could care less about this. And it's like, ooh, good song. And goes to dance.
Why are there so many just completely shallow people at this school?
A lot of them. I don't know. There's a lot of them. This girl. Ugh.
This girl is ugh.
Yeah. Bleh. And Rory sees this happen, and she looks concerned and sad that it's going on. And he sees her looking and just kind of runs away. Paris makes some comment about Summer because she's still there, and then comments on the time and says it's 9:45. And Rory's like, "Why do you keep checking your watch?" And Paris says that her mom told her she had to stay until 10:30 because her mom basically made her go, and says that she thinks that Paris is not enough of a people person. Okay. I mean, that's fair.
I can see why her mom might say that.
Yes. But in this conversation, we find out that Paris wants to go into cancer research, and Rory thinks that's cool. And then you hear Lane say, oh no. And she says, it figures that the only Korean boy at this party has his Korean girl radar turned on. And you see Henry come over and introduce himself to Lane. And Lane's like, hi, yeah, this is Rory and Paris. Paris goes, we've met. He asks Lane to dance. And Lane tries to make up some excuses as to why she can't. And then they start talking a little bit. And he's like, oh, come on, one dance? And she's like, only if it's a short dance. And she says to Rory, if I'm not back in one dance, you're coming down with something really bad. And we got to go home because I don't want to be messing with this guy.
Yeah.
And Rory's like, okay. She starts coughing yeah, I'm feeling a little sick. All right.
Yeah.
And Paris is like, this is unbelievable. She's been here for 5 minutes and she has a date. I've been going to this school for 9 years and I'm the French soda monitor. What the heck? But you look and you see Lane and Henry. They're dancing it up. They're having a good time. And Rory's like, all right. And so she continues walking around the party. You pan and see Chad Michael Murray sad and alone up against a corner of the house, watching Summer dance with a guy, possibly Austin. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but whoever that is, if that's Austin, he is not as attractive as Chad Michael Murray. So did you see that guy? I was like,
here,
who the heck is that? I mean, I don't like this girl, but no.
Yeah, just... The guy she was dancing with was so unforgettable. I can't even remember him.
Oh. He was just he had long floppy hair and glasses and was wearing a suit jacket looking thing and was dancing. His arms were going like this.
Yeah. Okay. To me, it wasn't even I don't even think Summer
monkeying.
was the monkey dance.
And I was like, oh.
She wasn't dancing with him as more of she just was get away, I'm a free spirit, and she just was dancing in the party is what I took from the scene.
Maybe
I need to rewatch it. I don't know. I don't know what Summer was doing. What are you doing, Summer?
What are you doing? Flash to Lorelai and Max. They are just making out in his apartment. They're just going.
Just going at it.
And Lorelai stops And she's like, in case this comes up later, I did not come here for this. And he's like, it's crazy. And like, it's nuts. And like, I haven't seen you in months and here we are. But they cannot keep their hands off each other. And he's like, we need to get a grip here. Sit down, and like puts a table between them. And he's like, we can just sit and calmly talk about this. They're like, how you been? Good. Really good. You look good. I missed you. And she's like, well, I'm glad, because otherwise that greeting there would have been a little inappropriate. And he says, I've actually been thinking about us lately, haven't you? And she's like, no. And he's like, I'm flattered. And she goes, no, I needed to not give it thought because it was too hard, on me to give it any thought. But she goes, well, since you've been giving a lot of thought, like, did you come up with any great solutions? And he goes, no, you're still Rory's mom and I'm still her teacher. I've got nothing. They're like, so nothing's changed and coming here was a bad idea, probably. But then he says, screw it. And he just throws the table that's between them and they start going at it again. Ah! Ah!
Inside joke.
Yeah. Children are roaring. Okay. Fade back to the Chilton party. And Lane is now slow dancing with Henry. Squint your eyes.
What's going on?
Okay. And Rory goes to check on her and asks if she needs to be sick yet. And Lane says, not yet. You might just have allergies. Rory asks her to keep her posted, but Lane looks like she is having a great time. Paris stops Rory to ask the time. It's 10:35, and Paris is like, yes, I'm out of here, and runs for the door. So Rory's just wandering around the party and finds a room that seems to be maybe like one of the quieter rooms. There's not a ton of people in there, and finds a place to sit and takes out a book to read. She always has a book with her. There it is. At that time, Chad Michael Murray and Summer come into the room and they're fighting again. And he's like, you're making me chase you around the whole party. And she's like, I'm just trying to have fun. And he goes, you won't talk to me. You won't dance with me. Why did you come with me? And she's like, no, I'm sick of you and your demands. And he's like, can we possibly do this in another room where people aren't staring at us? And she just goes, we should break up. And he's like, I want to go outside and talk about this. And she goes, bye. And he's like, Summer, come on. But you feel bad for him in that moment, a little bit. I did a little bit. I was like, oh, that sucks.
It does.
Alexander's like, I hate him. So
no, I felt bad for him.
I felt a little bad for him. I was like, yeah, it's him. No matter who you are, it's a little embarrassing. I'm like,
yeah. Oh. Also, like, Summer, like, what? You're like breaking up with somebody like in the middle of like in public, basically.
Yeah,
like,
she was so just like,
This isn't fun anymore. This isn't fun anymore.
Like, ugh, God, so annoying.
Never want to see you or talk to you ever again. That's what I
good riddance
felt in that moment.
Chad Michael Murray, good riddance. So they leave the room. Then Lane comes over to Rory and is like, oh my God, I have a major problem. She's like, the guy Henry I've been dancing with, okay, he's really good in school. He's going to be a doctor, pediatrician to be exact. His parents are extremely involved in their local church. He helps out in Sunday school. He speaks Korean fluently and he respects his parents. He's also really cute and very funny and surprisingly interesting. And Rory's like, so what's the problem?
Yeah.
And Lane is like, I'm falling for a guy my parents would approve of. They'd love him. They'd go crazy. There would be dancing in the Kim house followed by praying. This is horrible. I need to go home now. I have to stop this. We need to go. But then Henry finds her again, being like, hey, and he says to Rory, like, sorry, I've been monopolizing Lane all night. And Rory's like, it's all good. They're like, oh, we got to be getting home. And he's like, oh no. And Rory's like, I've got a very strict mother. And he's like, oh wow, that's awful. That sucks. I'm sorry. And he's like, you couldn't stay for one more dance? And then Lane is like, yeah, I could stay. It's fine. I could stay. And Rory's like, what? But off they go.
Okay.
I'm just like, Lane, no. Yes, you're falling for someone that your parents would approve of, but Henry seems nice. He's not an old man. You've been being set up with these like older guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Like someone your age. Like that's really good.
That's someone your age.
That's important.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Henry seems really chill from these 2 seconds we've seen him.
From these few moments that we've seen of him. Yeah, he seems like a chill dude.
I like him. He's on par with you, you know?
Yeah.
It's not Todd. What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
What? I forgot about that.
Never forget. But off they go. Flashback to Max and Lorelai. They are in bed after doing it.
No.
Lorelai,
too far.
It went too far. It went too far. Lorelai says happily, she's like, well, I certainly did not come over here for that. And then Max is like, so what happens now? And Lorelai's like, well, I don't know. I gotta go. I gotta return this car to Suki. And Max is like, wait, what? So that's it? You leave and we forget this ever happened? And then Lorelai starts saying something about buying soap, but not really answering the question. And Max is like, okay, stop. Don't.
Stop talking.
She's like, well, I don't know. I've been trying to come up with a solution to all of this and I can't think of anything. And then Max is like, well, why don't we talk on the phone more regularly? Because we're not going to solve this like being away from each other. And they both want to solve this and they agree that they will talk.
Well, they agree that they're going to like talk every week or something, right?
Yeah, like just talk on the phone regularly and like see if they can like
keep
come up
basically
with something to like see how this will work. Flashback to the Chilton party. We see Chad Michael Murray alone in a room. And he's sitting at a piano.
Forlorn.
That's a good way to describe it. Forlorn. That's good. I like that. Yeah, just kind of like touching the notes on the piano. And Rory happens to find him there. It almost looked like she came out of a curtain. Like, like she was in the room. And all of a sudden she's like, I'm here now. Like it definitely was like a curtain like entryway, but it looked like she was just like in a curtain, just being like, oh, you're in here? But she's like, oh, sorry. And he's like, that's not a problem. And then Rory says, sorry. Like she's sorry again. And he goes, about what? And she says, about Summer. But he does not want to talk about her. So Rory changes the subject and asks, how did you do on that biology test? And he's like, what? But she continues, like, the test, it was hard. And he goes, yeah. And he's like, what are you doing? She says, well, I'm talking about the test because you didn't want to talk about Summer. And then he goes, you just loved it, didn't you? Seeing me nailed like that. It must have been a great moment. And Rory says, well, no, not really. He's like, please, you loved it. She loved it. Everyone loved it. Rory then sits down next to him on the piano bench. Sorry, Alexandria's making faces.
I'm making faces.
We all know what's coming. Rory then sits down next to him on the piano bench. And then he goes, well, yeah, well, I really liked her too. And then says, where's your boyfriend tonight? And Rory says, well, he's not my boyfriend anymore. And Chad Michael Murray wants to know why not. And she says, well, he didn't want to be. So he calls him an idiot. And then Rory says, Summer's an idiot too.
What?
Rory, whoa.
What? As soon as that came out of her mouth, I was like, whoa. Whoa. What is happening?
Okay, wait a minute. He then asks Rory if she thinks she's going to get back together with Dean. And Rory says, no, he was pretty set in his decision. And she tells him that it happened yesterday. It was our 3-month anniversary. He says, that sucks. She says, yeah, it does suck. And then Rory asks Chad Michael Murray if he and Summer will get back together. And he's pretty insistent that no. He's like, no. And then he says, hey, I'm sorry I gave you such a hard time for a while. And she goes, oh, that's okay. And he says, it is? And she goes, well, no, but you're sad. But he's sorry. And Rory accepts his apology. And then he says, well, great party, huh? And Rory's like, yeah, not bad. It gave me time to catch up on my reading. And he's like, you're very odd. She says, thank you. And then Chad Michael Murray leans in and kisses Rory, and she kisses him back.
Oh, my God.
She kisses Chad Michael Murray.
She kisses Chad Michael Murray. In unison. Whoa.
Did you see this coming, Alexandria?
No. Well, okay. What do you mean? Okay, how far in advance did I see this come? No.
Within the scene, you probably saw this coming.
As soon as the scene started, I was like, something was going to happen. As soon as that scene started, as soon as the two of them were alone in the room and they were both sad, I was like, oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
But prior to this, no, you definitely did not. You were like,
he's going to try something, and then it's going to be like a whole conflict of like, he's going to try something, and then she's like, he did initiate this, but anyway, it's not, it wasn't
well,
that.
No, this was a mutual thing. Yeah.
No, this is just wrong.
He and Rory kissed Tristan.
This is going to have lasting drama for like,
what is your
forever.
Prediction on this?
What is my prediction on this?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how this is going to go down, but at some point Paris is going to find out about this and be pissed, first of all.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's going to happen in the near future or it's going to come up later where it's like, oh, we're friends now. And then she's going to find out that this happened and then be like really upset about it. Like
that could be a possibility.
Bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was the main thing I was worried about, actually, to be honest. But also just like, it's going to increase awkwardness with the two of them, which probably will get over it. But like, there's no way she's going to be like, yeah, I'll date you now or something. Like, no, she hates him. Wait, you're gonna maybe they're gonna be dating next time. No, I refuse. I refuse to see a possibility where she's dating Tristan.
We're almost done with the episode, so that'll be part of our romantic analysis predictions part. But so they are kissing. She kisses him back. This is like a mutual kissing that happens, and then she pulls away and starts crying. And he's like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. Did I bite your lip or something?" And she's like, "No, it's not you. I just have to go." And runs out of the room. And Chad Michael Murray's left feeling shocked and confused.
Yeah, I mean, he just kissed a girl, then she started crying and ran away, which is like,
that's
a little bit
shocking and confusing.
Yeah.
Back in the main room, Rory finds Lane is like, "We need to go." And Lane sees that Rory is upset. It's like, "Oh, okay, I have to go." But gives her main house phone number to Henry. I'm like, that's
a big deal.
Ballsy. That's a big deal. The main house number, her mom could answer. And then she's like running away. She's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I just gave my number to a potential Korean doctor." It's just funny. Flash to the Gilmore house. Lorelai is arriving home. It's like kind of dark in the house, and she finds Rory sitting in the living room crying, eating out of these huge cartons of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. And Rory says, "I'm ready to wallow now." And so Lorelai goes over and hugs and comforts her and calls and orders a big pizza, and it fades to the credits. Whoa. Whirlwind of this double episode almost.
Yeah.
Like, just
all of it.
A lot happens.
Wow. Emotional ups and downs happening in these two episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all over the place.
All over the place.
Like I'm laughing, I'm crying. I'm like, it's like, wow.
I'm scared.
I'm scared. Good episode though. I mean, it made me like, I mentioned this earlier, like it made me really want to like watch the next one. Like I'm like, what's going to happen?
I weirdly really like this episode. Not necessarily a happy episode. I just like
it's very colorful. Is that a good word to use?
Yeah,
maybe?
Sure. I'll take that. Colorful.
Like the things that are happening in it feel like key events, like versus just like, oh, they went to Luke's again and they just talked. Like, it was like Luke got into a fight. Like she went to a children's party. Like it was, I don't know, just the whole thing with Mr. Medina. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not thinking of the right words to use here, but it was good. It was good. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's recap. We'll start with fashion. I liked the outfits that the girls wore to the children's party.
Yes. Rory's party dress, Lane's party outfit. I weirdly liked Lorelai's blue shirt that she had on the entire episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Did you know?
I mean, it was fine.
The blue with like almost like the little like rainbow
with the rainbow stripes on the shoulders.
I kind of liked it. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I didn't dislike it. It was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know. I just noticed it. I feel like it's a very classic Lorelai shirt.
Lorelai was wearing that jacket that I love again in this episode when she went to Mr. Medina's house.
And you were doing some
and I was going to talk about that.
Yeah.
After I watched this episode, I was like, she's wearing that jacket again. Like, I want to see if I can get one of those jackets.
Yeah.
And I started Googling around. Apparently, it's like a vintage style jacket.
Okay.
It's a navy blue corduroy with a Sherpa lining.
Mm-hmm.
And there are those jackets on like secondhand fashion websites, like you can get one. And there are some companies that like have a very similar type of jacket you can just buy like new. But I didn't find any of those that had the corduroy fabric. They were all like more like a denim style, but very similar to it. But yeah, there's options. So I didn't buy anything yet, but I was like seriously considering it because I'm like, I love this.
You love that jacket. You bring it up every time.
And she keeps wearing it. It wasn't that one episode. The first episode she wore it, I like noticed it. I was like, that's a nice jacket. Then she keeps wearing it. And I'm like, I like that jacket.
I like that jacket. Yeah, I feel like you have to. I mean, even if it's not the exact one, it's like it's giving Lorelai energy, it'll be like.
And I think that would be my style too.
Yes.
Jacket, right?
I agree. Yeah, I think so.
I need it. Okay. If I can obtain one, I'll update everyone.
We'll keep you updated. Yeah.
Okay. Spooky moments.
Oh, boy.
There's
a few contenders.
So one of them was, have you seen the cover of his notebook? It's one step away from stalker material, right at the beginning.
Yes.
There's that whole discussion, which we basically already had. Then there was the story about Babette getting pushed out of a moving car by a past boyfriend or something, which was like, whoa.
Oh, my God.
And then there was the whole thing with, what are you going to do? You're going to like bash me in the head and drag me outside? Like, what the?
Yeah. I actually think like that's my winner. Like,
because it's so just like, what the
It's all like, what? That's where you went?
Because either she's like kind of weirdly messed up that she thought of that, or Tristan has done something to make her say that.
Yes. So
it's one of those
two things. And that's scary. The Lorelai thing is just like, yes, this is confirmation of everything we've been saying. It's not necessarily scary. It just like goes along with like Dean's like stalker things where he's one spooky moment. But I think the Babette thing is a strong contender, but I think what are you going to do? Knock me in the head with a club and drag me to your Porsche is like, that's pretty spooky. It's pretty scary.
I agree.
Yeah.
That wins.
That's the winner of this episode for sure.
All right, well, what about wholesome moments when she wallows at the end? Is that terrible to say? It's like, oh, they're going to eat pizza and ice cream and hang out.
And just wallow. I don't think that's terrible to say. It's like, yeah, Rory needed to do that. Yeah. I'm all for a good wallow in this type of situation. Lorelai's like, okay, it's time. Doesn't ask any questions, just goes over, orders a pizza, and is like, all right, let's do this.
I really appreciate how, like, supportive her mom is being in, like, the right way. Like, she's just like, yeah, I've gone through a breakup. Like, I know how it is. She's just, like, being there for her.
That is really nice. She's doing good. It's wholesome.
It's wholesome. Yeah. Romantic analyses.
Got a couple things going on here, actually. So let's continue and finish what we were just talking about. So Rory and Tristan, CMM, Chad Michael Murray, hashtag Chad Michael Murray.
Hashtag Chad Michael Murray.
Kiss. That's going to have implications.
It is.
You're right now thinking Paris is going to find out about this and it's going to cause something.
Yes, that is what I'm thinking. I think that's going to be the main, what I would say, like, conflict or story point that will result directly from this incident.
Okay.
And it might not happen right away, but it's going to happen
at some point.
At some point.
Okay. Do you think anything more is going to happen with Tristan and Rory? Like, in terms of, like, a romantic relationship?
I don't, because I don't think that she wants that. Okay. So I think that she might go to school and maybe, like, he's trying to talk to her. Maybe he wants to, like, okay, I could definitely see him following up on this for sure. But, like, I don't think she is going to want to enter into a relationship with Tristan.
Sure.
Therefore, no. It's not going to happen.
She cried. I mean, I get that, though, where it's like you just broke up with somebody and you're like.
That wasn't,
it's like, what am I doing?
I think she's just, like, the emotions are all over the place with her right now. Like, she's,
And then on that same vein-ish, okay, so Rory and Dean just broke up. Do we see Dean again?
Oh, yeah, I think we see Dean again. And actually, you're going to totally laugh at me with this.
Okay.
There were a couple times, I don't remember why exactly, but during this episode that I started questioning what actually was stated between the two of them for them to, like, break up. Because I could almost see this show going in some direction where it's like she thinks he broke up with her, but, like, he thinks she broke up with him or something. Or there was some miscommunication between the two of them because it wasn't shown. Like, the conversation
and it's not talked about. Like,
it wasn't shown and it wasn't talked about. Yeah. She didn't even talk about the whole, like, I love you thing to her mom. Mm-hmm. She didn't even say that. Mm-hmm. But, like, she didn't even say what happened. We know Dean's upset about the whole thing. And obviously she's upset about it. And it's like, what actually went down there? Like, I'm kind of curious about that.
So you're almost like, maybe it's like she thinks they broke up and he doesn't actually think they broke up, or like,
yeah, I think they definitely broke up. Well, at first I was like, oh, what if that was the thing? Like, she thinks they broke up and they didn't. But then I was, as the episode went on, I'm like, no, I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
I think they actually did, but, like, how it went down, I could see there being, like, a difference in perception from, like, each one of them.
Yeah.
Almost. Maybe at some point could come back later, like, they end up talking about it and it's like after they've had time to, like, cool down off of the whole, like, I love you thing that happened, like, they could figure it out, get back together even. I don't think it's gonna happen right now. That's not gonna happen soon, but I don't think Dean's gonna just, like, disappear. Like, I feel like he's gonna be, like, around.
Okay. Yeah. Max and Lorelai, they just, I don't know. They just slept together. They sound like they want to keep talking. What do you think is going to happen there?
Yeah, I really don't know with that because, like, I wasn't expecting them to bring him back like this. So now that they did, I'm like, what? Like, where is this going to go? I don't know. Like, I don't see, like, what story-wise, like, what's going to happen with them. Like, I'm like,
you think it's going to kind of fizzle out, maybe, or?
Yeah, it's either going to fizzle out or it's just going to be this thing that's, like, in the background that, like, there's not a lot of focus on it, maybe.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
That's honestly what I think. That's honestly what I think.
Okay. I want your honest opinion.
Predictions. I mean, they must have brought it back for a reason, I guess, though. So I think the fizzling out part, that's not
okay.
I don't think that's going to happen necessarily. But I don't know that it's going to become, like, this all of a sudden this, like, story focus of, like, stuff happening with the two of them. Like, it just seems like that's not. I don't know. It just confuses me. I'm just confused. I think right now we're in a very Rory focus at this time. I'm really hoping that we see more Chilton drama next episode.
There are 4 episodes left in season 1.
Does this show tend to, hopefully I'm not breaking the rules if I ask this, like the finale of the show, of the season, is it usually like a cliffhanger of some kind where like something's, like they're introduced something that you then are like waiting for the next season to come out to like see it? You know, if it were coming out, like we didn't have access to the next season, would the finale have some type of like, in it?
It might.
Versus the other format, which would be like the second last episode kind of has that. And then the last episode like, sort of like a resolving resolution. Sort of. I don't know how much that matters necessarily what I'm going to predict here, but like.
I think like there's maybe some resolutions with some things that leave you like questioning a little bit, like what's going to happen.
Okay.
I think that does happen. Yeah.
What's the name of the next episode?
The Third Lorelai. That doesn't give anything.
The heck? The Third Lorelai?
That doesn't necessarily mean nothing Chilton related is going to happen. It's just something else might be thrown in the mix.
Is this the great-grandmother Lorelai?
Yes.
Because they've mentioned her.
They have.
Isn't that her name?
Yeah. And at one point they mentioned that she was dead, but I'm like, she's not.
Yes.
She's alive. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming back to that. I'm thinking that conversation. I'm like, okay, something's going to happen. Okay. Okay, Lorelai's going to be dealing with whatever is going on with that. Rory's going to be dealing with some drama at Chilton.
Okay.
That's my prediction for at least the next episode. I think before the season is over, they'll probably resolve.
I want to know that. I want to know what you think.
They'll resolve whatever this is going on with Tristan.
Okay.
That will get resolved by the end of the season.
So by the end of the season, you think that's going to get resolved with Tristan. Does Dean come back before the end of the season?
I don't know. I don't think he does. Well, okay. I think that they need more closure with what happened with Dean. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
I think he'll be around in some capacity. He might even have a conversation with Rory at some point again before the end of the season.
Uh-huh.
That, yes. But he's not going to like come back in some major way before the end of the season. But it does feel like that was very abrupt. Like, we need more.
Okay.
We need something
else for closure.
For closure with
that.
it.
Okay.
Yes.
And then with Max, what's going to happen with him?
I honestly think the most likely thing is they're going to be talking and then they're still going to come to the same conclusion that we can't date.
Okay.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
That probably will happen in this season. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We got to get our official predictions in before the end times, the end of the season.
Yeah, And then as far as like like a cliffhangery thing that could happen, could be. I mean, it's going to be some new person comes on the scene in some way, but I don't know if it's going to be a new person in Rory's life or Lorelai's life. I don't know, but
okay. The only other like relationship analysis and prediction is Lane and Henry.
Yeah, that's totally going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. That wasn't a random. I know the show now. I'm learning. That wasn't just a random, this is a nice guy, and I gave him my nut. No, that guy's going to call her house. And they're going to go out.
Okay.
At some point.
Okay.
On a sanctioned date by their families.
Ooh.
And Lane's going to be like, I can't believe this is happening right now.
All right.
It's going to happen.
All right.
Yeah, we kind of skipped around, but we should talk about quotes now.
Yes. I just liked... For us, I was like, have you seen the cover of his notebook? It's one step away from stalker material. Not that that's like an amazing quote. It's just like made me whole, you know? So I was like, okay, see, I'm not crazy.
Our reaction to it was like just the best.
Just the best.
Just we had the biggest reaction to that statement.
Yes. Yes.
In this episode.
What about you?
Yeah, that's good. The really the only other one that I had written down was that Saturday is the day of pre-rest. So when you actually get to Sunday, you're rested enough to enjoy your rest.
Yeah, actually, yes. I really like that. That I think is like a good, just good episode.
I want that
quote.
like on a hoodie.
Yes. Yes. More quotes to put on shirts.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Well, that was episode 17, and we are going to be talking about next time episode 18, the third Lorelai.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening, and if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to us on whatever platform you are listening on.
If you want to support our show, head over to buymeacoffee.com/sistersinstarshollow. The link is in every episode description.
Until next time,
keep the coffee flowing.